This is the Digital Trust Podcast. In every episode, we strive to bring support to those of you who serve on the front lines and in the trenches of data and technology. We endeavor to bring understanding to the under-resourced and underappreciated, help remove your stress, and provide relief to your pain. Welcome to the Digital Trust Podcast. Sit down with us as we give you hard-hitting advisory conversations to help you build digital trust with your stakeholders and clients, and actionable takeaways to help you become a digitally trustworthy organization.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Digital Trust Podcast. My name is Christian Redshaw. I am your host today, along with my co-host, Rossilyne. Rossilyne, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. We have just a mini episode here and a very short conversation with Neal Mullen. Neal is a CISO of the Health Service Executive in Ireland. Welcome to our show, Neal. It's great to have you.
Thank you. It's a real pleasure to be taking part in your series.
Lovely. So let's dive right in here. We want to talk about cybersecurity awareness today, and particularly what you have going on with the HSSE, if that's okay with you.
Yes.
And, I just want to get your opinions and your point of view, because you're leading an immense organization here on the cybersecurity side. Awareness is one of the domains that you're looking after. Can you tell us, in your opinion, what a healthy cybersecurity culture looks like?
A healthy cybersecurity culture is a culture that is led from the top and understood from the bottom, really. So we have executive support, executive leadership support. It's a conversation on a board level. Our trustees, our partners are also following the same mantra. Our staff are aware of cybersecurity, what cybersecurity is, who people are, what's their responsibility. Ultimately, to be aware for themselves in their work life and aware for themselves in their private life. And we try and encourage people to be aware of what to do, not just for our staff at work, but our staff at home. So like even today, on LinkedIn, we issued like a communication to staff about like understanding how to identify a suspicious looking hotspot in a restaurant, for example. Last week we did on phishing emails, and it's sort of a regular occurrence. Mm-hmm. That, to me, looks like a healthy one. That it's a conversation topic, not just in my team. We don't have to be in the room for people to talk about cybersecurity.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And Neal, just to give our viewers and listeners a bit of context, the HSE, what is the size and scope of what is in your purview in terms of the individual staff members and the supporting organizations in the ecosystem?
So at the center of the HSE, we have approximately 140, 150,000 staff and about 4,500 sites. That's at the center of the HSE. And then surrounding the HSE, there's obviously an ecosystem of organizations and charities that support us. And when we include them, we're probably adding in about another 2,000 organizations and another 50 or 60,000 staff. So we're in the space of around 200,000 staff, excluding technology partners.
Amazing.
Neal, can you please share the awareness training roadmap that you've developed?
Yes. So the training awareness program we've looked at, and you really have to understand the HSE have come from one of the largest global cyber attacks in 2021. So that was that shut down the Irish healthcare service, essentially. So coming out of that, we have developed a training and awareness program that hits a number of areas. So we start off with end user training. So we are phasing out the existing training that we have, and that is off the shelf training, and we're delivering custom training for our staff members. So that means when you see the person in the video, they have an Irish accent. When you look at the person in the video, they're wearing HSE branded clothing, background says HSE as they walk past posters and so forth. When we talk about how to raise an incident, we're actually talking about our own national service desk and how to contact them and what to say to them. It's also a part of it there that talks about what actually happened in the 2021 cyber incident. So from that point, we were very passionate about making people aware of what happened and sharing that information. So in Ireland, if you had a security project in 2021 and you weren't in the HSE, the probability your project stopped because almost every consultant in the country stopped what they're doing and redirected themselves to the HSE. So the training starts off with that layer. Then we have our NIS2 requirements, which are compliance and regulatory requirements. We have specific training being developed for that from a board, from a manager, from an end user, from our own staff in cybersecurity, and the teams that we engage at risk and audit and so forth. We have certified training for those people, either in cyber risk, on this cybersecurity framework, or on NIS2. Then we have awareness campaigns that we're actually going out and engaging with people. Like I'm doing this type of interview, I'm attending a conference and presenting about cybersecurity. And we have then continuous communications where we're going to start releasing what's called nano training. Might be on, in risks around Valentine's Day or Christmas or holiday seasons where you have scams going on. And we also look at in the public domain, how can we create as much awareness as we possibly can? So we have our own platforms that we share information on, and then we also have LinkedIn and social media, and the type of interaction we get on LinkedIn, Facebook is really, Twitter is really quite high.
Thanks for sharing that. And out of curiosity, what have you found to be the challenges around cybersecurity awareness?
The delivery of training is one real key challenge. So what I mean by that is more than 50% of our staff aren't sitting at a desk like yourselves here or myself. We're not sitting in a nice quiet office with plenty of space and time to talk. They're sitting in a busy ward. They're working long shifts. They might be in an accident in the emergency department. The public passing by don't have access to headphones. English mightn't be their first language. These are sort of challenges that we have, and we've tried. The new training program that was being rolled out is addressing all of those. You wouldn't necessarily need to have headphones to watch the material. It's also significantly reduced. So rather than trying to force people to look at or go through long episodes of training, 100 plus minutes, we've reduced it down to just below 30 minutes. This way, we are focusing on some key topics, and we will use the remainder of the year to continue to go back on those. And then we're supplementing that with phishing campaigns on a monthly basis.
Neal, if your roadmap is to be wildly successful, should you be successful in your mission, what would it look like? What is your ultimate vision for the awareness program?
Three things, really. You as a clinician or you as a HSE employee, that you feel confident that you understand how to use the technology that we provide, you feel safe when you're using it. Secondly, you know who to engage with if there's a problem. You know what to expect. And thirdly, that you feel safe when you go home in the evening using technology in your own environment, that we have provided you with enough training that you can go home and look at, give your family good advice on what you should and shouldn't do. At a very high level, that is, of course. We're not trying to train our staff to be security engineers.
Mm-hmm. And then in terms of the human firewall perspective, I mean, you have the potential to make one of the largest, if not the largest, human firewalls out there on the globe. And
so this was a real driving force for us. And when we came up with that concept, it really gained quite a lot of traction. So up until this point, the metric we're using is completing the training and not clicking on a phishing link. And they are good metrics to use, but our percentages are so high from a training compliance perspective and so low from a clicking perspective. Mm-hmm. We need to look at a different metric. The new metric we're moving towards is actually, rather than instructing staff to delete the email, we're introducing a report phish button in your email. You click on that email, that alerts us. We assess the email, and if it's a valid security issue, we will block it for everyone then. So with 200,000 staff, if we had 10%, 20% of our staff do that, that is 20 to 40,000 people that are alerting us of emails that have got through our security systems. So that would mean that if one email got through a week, the potential of 40,000 people seeing that email is quite high. That would mean that if that came through and we blocked that, me reporting on it and it being blocked for me would mean it'd be blocked for the both of you and everyone else in the team, which is a really, really strong point.
Very well said. So increase reporting, decrease click rate.
Yeah.
Significantly at scale. Awesome, Neal. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode today. Thank you so much for joining us all the way from Ireland late into your evening. We really appreciate it, and we definitely want to have you on again.
Thank you. It's a real pleasure to meet you both.
Lovely. And thank you to our viewers and listeners for taking time out of your day to join us in this conversation. We will see you in the next episode.
Thanks for joining us today on the Digital Trust Podcast. If you found this conversation helpful, please share it with someone you care about. And if you'd like to receive our monthly newsletter, please click the link in the description to subscribe. And to put your mind at ease, our newsletter will include episode summaries with key points and actionable takeaways, plus a heads up on the upcoming episode guests. Rest assured, it won't be a spammy sales message, and we will never sell or share your information. Thanks again for tuning in, and we will see you on the next episode.